Judas Priest's Painkiller. Probably one of my favorite Judas Priest albums. And let me tell you why. One of my first, well, actually early experiences with Judas Priest was the song off this album called Nightcrawler. Imagine 12, 13-year-old me just getting into like rock and metal music. Listen to Nightcrawler for the first time on YouTube. When you get to that slow part where Rob Halford is saying those ominous vocals about the Nightcrawler, chills going down this 12, 13-year-old spine. And I'm not kidding you, I was terrified. Just because Rob Halford was able to set the mood along with the instrumentals with those lyrics. It was almost like I was on drugs or something, and it's indescribable almost. But on with the album. The album came out in 1990. Obviously, this is not a record, or this is not an LP. It's a CD. This is a reissue, platinum reissue, whatever they call it. For this review, I won't go into details for the tracks. I'll just name it, I'll just name the tracks, kind of highlight what's good about it, and kind of move on with this. Painkiller is the first opening track, and it's also the title track of the album. This track is worthy of being, it's one of those tracks that's worthy of being the first track of the album, as it opens up immediately with super fast drum beats, and then the guitars kick in. There's no other track on this album can take Painkiller's spot. It's that good. The next few tracks, Hell Patrol, All Guns Blazing, Leather Rebel, Metal Meltdown. Well, actually, Metal Meltdown is a little bit separate. Hell Patrol, All Guns Blazing, Leather Rebel. All these are fast-paced songs with heavy riffage and badass solos, along with Rob Halford's sick, twisted, and high-pitched scream vocals. That's his style, but for some reason I can hear it perfectly on this album. For some reason, just this album. Like all the other albums he does it, but this album alone kind of gives it that vibe, ominous vibe to it when he's singing. Metal Meltdown is a bit slower tempoed song, but nonetheless it's still heavy and good. Nightcrawler, the track that I was talking about, is beyond perfect. This song is probably in my opinion, one of the best songs Judas Priest ever has. This might piss off or kind of ruffle some jimmies of old school Judas Priest fans out there, since I am very young. But I honestly think Nightcrawler is one of their best songs, just period. It's fast, but then it slows down, it gets fast again. Rob Halford's vocals fit perfectly and gives it that ominous vibe I was talking about. It sent chills down my spine when I first listened, and it still does when I listen to it this day. It's just this weird feeling, cold feeling. I think the lyrical content on this song help with that too. Between the Hammer and the Anvil is another fast-paced song. The intro starts off a bit slow, but then it gets into that super fast riffage like any Judas Priest song, and it's good. It's just like Hell Patrol, All Guns Blazing, Leather Rebel. It's fast, it's good, and it's badass. A Touch of Evil is a slower paced song. Not my favorite. It's a Priest song, but honestly, I could have dug the album without it, but I still dig the album with it. That's just my opinion. And then the last two tracks, Battle Hymn and One Shot at Glory. Battle Hymn instrumental leads up to One Shot at Glory. Now, I'm pretty sure many people have probably seen that music or that custom-made music video where people kind of put together Zack Snyder's 300 film with One Shot at Glory. And then I didn't have my own laptop, I didn't have my own iPod or anything, MP3, whatever. So that was my only way listening to One Shot at Glory, was to go on YouTube, find this fan-made video of Zack Snyder's 300, but with One Shot at Glory, Battle Hymn and One Shot at Glory playing in the background. That was freaking awesome. Just seeing Leonidas and his 300 Spartans cutting down the Persians while One Shot at Glory was playing. This was actually my pump-up song for like sports, and well, especially in swim, because it just kind of gives you that feel. I've got this shot, and I'm gonna take it. I don't care what anybody else says. I'm gonna do it, and it gives off that positive vibe to it, and that's why I appreciated this song so much, and I listen to it so often. Now, these two tracks are only on on this reissue, bonus tracks reissue, where Living Bad Dreams is kind of like a touch of evil. It's a slower song. It's a pretty song, but I'm not a huge fan of it. It's good, but meh. Leather Rebel Live. This is a live recorded version of Leather Rebel. It's a live show. What do you expect from it? Rob's vocals are just on par with the albums. The guitar work, the instrumental work, and in general is just perfect on this live song. So I'd say it's good. Overall, this album is a really good album. I would recommend anyone buying it, especially old school Priest fans. Even if you still own the original LP, it's still a good buy. I only bought it for about $5. It was on sale, and it's so worth it. It's so worth it. If you still have the LP, don't worry. Do yourself a favor. Buy this version too. It's just as good. And yeah, that's it. I honestly would recommend it to anybody. Here's some contents on the inside. And yeah, I'd give it a solid 9 out of 10. Yeah, there you have it. I'll see you in the next review.